This is a review for the first semester of Algebra 1. First thing we have is an expression that needs to be simplified. The easiest way to go through and do that, which, by the way, this is a minus sign in here. Ooh, let me turn on my board here so I can write. Let's see here. That's a minus sign in here. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go in our calculator, and I am going to go in the home screen, and you're going to put 4. Now, how do you put to the third power? You're going to use this caret key right here and put 3. Then minus 18 plus 21 divided by 7, and press enter. There's your answer, 49. That's all you need to do. Now, if you did it out, if you worked it out by hand, if you took 4 to the third power, okay, I have 4 caret 3. That's 4 times 4 times 4. That would be 64 minus 18 plus 21 divided by 7. The next thing you would do is the dividing. 64 minus 18 plus 21 divided by 7 is 3. Well, let's see. Next, you would do 64 minus 18. That would be 46 plus 3. And that would be 49. That's how we came up with the 49. Next, evaluate the expression for a given variable. Okay, so they give us an expression, but they also tell us that x is 2. So you're going to take wherever there's an x, you're going to put a 2 in there. So I'm going to substitute those in. They're going to go in here. So what I have is negative 2 times x. Negative 2 times 2 plus 5 parentheses. Instead of x, I get 2 minus 3. Now let's put these together. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Plus 5 times 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Well, multiply these two together. I get negative 4. Oh, I'm jumping ahead of myself here. I get negative 4 plus 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Negative 4 and negative 5 is negative 9. That's my answer. Next. To solve the equation for x. So let me make this a little bit bigger here. First thing I need to do, here's my equal sign. I'm going to subtract 3 from each side. I get 3x. These cancel out. 27 minus 3 is 24. I'm going to divide by 3. And I get x equals 8. Now you also can go in the calculator and go into y equals and put the left hand side into y1, the right hand side into y2. So let's go and grab our calculator, and let me move it over here. I'm going to press y equals. Let me clear these out. I'm going to put 3x plus 3 into y1 and 27 into y2. I'm going to press second graph. I'm going to look and see where x is 8. Is y1 and y2 the same? Yes, they are. That means that I am correct. The answer is 8. Next, this one says the value of, and it gives you these tiles, and it wants to know what it is. Well, the tiles are the same size. There's just one positive, one negative. A positive takes away a negative. Positive takes away a negative. What's left? 0. Can you tell me what is a positive tile and a negative tile called? It's 2 words. First off, what number do they make? They make 0. And another word for 2 is pair. So a positive and a negative is a 0 pair. Next, what are the coordinates for the origin? What is the origin? The origin is 0, 0. Whoops, let's see here. That's where on a graph it meets in the middle, right here. Next, a photographer charges $30 sitting fee and then $5 for each sheet of pictures. What is the cost for 15 sheets of pictures? Well, first off, how much is each sheet? It's $5. See, this is actually going to be my coefficient. I'm going to take 5 times 15, because that's how many I'm going to get, plus my constant, that $30 for a sitting fee. Well, 15 times 5 is 45, plus 30. What is 45 plus 30? 75. The next one says graph the following data in the table and it forms a blank. Well, let's graph this. Negative 2, 7. Negative 7 down here. The next one is negative 1, negative 5. I have 2, 1 over 2 and up 1 and 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, what does that make? Last I checked, it makes a straight line. Well, if you can draw it, it forms a line. And actually, this line is linear. How do I know it's linear? Because it makes a straight line. Number 9. Circle which is a function. Okay, well, first off, what does that mean, function? Well, what it means is that the x numbers cannot repeat. Okay, so in a table, do any of these x numbers repeat? No. So this is a function. Look at this one. Do any of the x numbers repeat? Yes, they do. We have 3 and 3 and 1 and 1. This is not a function. Now on graphs, what we need to do is we're going to look and see if the x's don't repeat. We're going to do what's called the vertical line test. That means we're going to draw a vertical line, and if it crosses our line, our functions in more than one spot, it is not a function. That's because it would have multiple x numbers. This one, if I draw a vertical line, it touches once. It touches, well, if I could draw a vertical line here, good job. Not. Here we go. Touches once. This one is a function. What about this one here? If I draw a vertical line, does it touch in just one spot? No, it touches in lots of spots. This is not a function. Well, what about this one? Do they have any point? If I drew my line to connect these dots, they don't make a vertical line anywhere. So if I drew a vertical line, they're not going to go through more than one dot. So yes, this is a function. Next one. Write an equation for the data in the table shown at the right. Okay, to write the equation, the first thing we're going to do is do delta y over delta x. Right here, it is negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Right here is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So now to find my slope, delta y over delta x, negative 1 over 1 is negative 1. That is my slope. Well, remember to write an equation, y equals mx plus b. Right here, this is the slope, and this number right here is the y-intercept. So I have y equals, I know my slope is negative 1, and then I have x. Now, this is my y-intercept. Can you find the y-intercept in this table here? I sure can. Right here. Here is my y-intercept. Okay, so right here, this is my y-intercept. So now I can put minus 1. Is there another way we can write this equation? We can write y equals negative x minus 1. That means the same thing. What if you had a test question that asked you for the x-intercept? Can you find that in the table up here? I can. It's right here. It's where the y number is 0. My x-intercept is negative 1, 0. Number 11. If a design pattern continues, how many tiles will be in the 5th design? Well, first off, the first design has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6. The next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, if I want the 5th design, I need to figure out the 4th and the 5th. Well, what is this increasing by? That's increasing by 4. So what would be the next one? It would be 18. And if you added 4 again, it would be 22. Oh, what happened to my thing here? There we go. Be 22. Okay, so your answer would be 22. There would be 22 tiles. The next one, what is the range of a function y equals negative 2x plus 1 when the domain is 2, 5, and 7? Well, first off, I'm going to underline the word range. I need to know that range is y, domain is x. What I would do is build a table first before we did anything else and put those numbers in the x, 2, 5, and 7. Now let's go in the calculator and go to y equals and put in there negative 2x plus 1. And I'm going to press second graph. Let's look and see where x is 2. Where x is 2, y is negative 3. So my range would be negative 3. And then when x is 5, let's see, am I on the right one here? When x is, that's 4, 5, y is negative 9. When x is 7, oops, let's see here. X is 7, y is negative 13. So my range, you'll write r equals, and you use the set notation, negative 3, negative 9, negative 13. Next, Nathan paid $150 down on a 360 Xbox costing $350. He will pay off what he owes in 12 equal monthly payments. Which equation could he use to find the amount of each monthly installment? Well, first off, what was the amount that he first put down? He put down $150. Plus, he's going to make 12 payments of the exact same amount. Okay? So, and that's going to equal, what was the total cost of the Xbox? $350. So which one looks like this? The answer would be A. It can't be C because this is saying that you're paying $150 each month. Or you're paying 150 payments of the same amount. The next one, number 14. Jackie's Catering uses the equation C equals 6P plus 150 to calculate the total cost C, where P is the number of people being fed. How much would it cost to have a banquet catered if 100 people are expected to attend? Well, let's take the equation. C equals 6 times P. P is the number of people, so I'm going to put 100 in there because it says there's going to be 100 people coming, plus 150. Well, my cost, 6 times 100 is 600, plus 150. The cost is going to be $750. Next, it says evaluate. Now this one you need to be very careful when you find this answer. Make sure you do what's in the top first. Okay, so I'm going to go in my calculator. Let's bring this over. and go in your home screen, second quit if you're in a different area, and I'm going to put 45 minus 3 to the third power. That would be caret 3, and press enter. I get 18. So now I have 18 divided by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. That's my answer. Here's the next one. What is the independent quantity? You need to remember that the independent is x, and that goes right here. The dependent is y. Independent quantity would be width. Okay? The dependent, if we wanted to do that, the dependent would be area. Now, the next thing says, what is the width if the area is 2 centimeters? Go over to 2, and let's go down. The width would be 1 centimeter.